Welcome all to the introduction of and initial devlog about Warlock's Gantlet. This is a game which I have been working on for just over 2 years now, and I like to describe it as a sword and sorcery themed hack and slash FPS. As I'm sure you can tell, its aesthetics are very much inspired by the first-person shooters and RPGs of the early to mid-90s. The game runs on a custom software-rendered engine. Both the engine and the game are written in C++, but I also do some tooling in C. The reasons for why I haven't made any devlogs about it until now are that I've been busy and lazy, but also because progress on the game has been uneven and I didn't want to start another video series that never gets any installments. However, now that I've gotten this far into development, there is material for many videos already. So once I've talked a little bit more about the game and what it will contain, I will give you a rough outline of the development roadmap and what the upcoming installments in this devlog series will be about. Now to the game. This will be a sweeping introduction, whereas I will make more detailed videos about each specific element later on, very likely returning to each subject as development of it progresses. In this game, you play as a Warlock, which is another cool word for mage or wizard. Your primary tools to handle the game's ordeals will be weapons, spells, potions, and wit. Though I am focusing a lot on the FPS aspect of the game, it will contain elements of RPG, such as limited amount of character development, NPC interaction, menu-driven shops, a more strategical approach to combat than many FPSs, and possibly the ability to bring with you companions. Of these, the strategical approach, the companions and the NPC interaction will be optional. I'm very much shooting for a game design that encourages different and creative approaches to gameplay. The gameplay that you see is from a demo that you can download from Steam. I call this the alpha demo because I consider the game to be in its alpha state. It is a good representation of the capabilities of the engine, the movement and the combat. Nothing is finalized yet, but those three aspects are the ones nearest to completion. As for the other aspects, such as weapon selection, enemy types and variety, inventory management, environment and NPC interaction, level design, game structure, story, etc., they are far from ready, and the demo is therefore not a fair representation of them. In the demo, you can either run through an essentially endless string of procedurally generated levels, or take on one of 6 preset levels in challenge mode. In challenge mode, you can compete for a spot on the leaderboard for either of 3 categories. The final game will have a main quest, a story and an overworld divided into sections which are levels unto themselves. These can be traversed and explored as many times as you like to find story elements, lore, dungeons, NPCs, treasure, clues to secrets, and more. One common misconception based on the demo is that the game will not feature what is called true 3D. This is mainly because the procedural level generator for the demo is very simple and doesn't implement any verticality or room-over-room geometry, but the full game will contain both. Now to the roadmap. Currently, I'm working on a better pixel art editor to facilitate the production of graphics for the game. Once that is finished, I will return to the engine and the game to produce an updated version of the alpha demo, which I plan to call the Alpha 1.5. It will likely contain an essentially finished version of the engine, which is currently about 85 to 90% done. Other additions to the 1.5 will be at least one more enemy type, one more environment, possibly another weapon, spell, and possibly some other stuff as well. One main upgrade will be a mode in which you get to run through about 5 levels that actually have a sort of progression, in that they get harder as you go and might even have a somewhat differing structure. I really like the feedback I've been getting on the demo so far, but it was quite a slapdash affair. I spent much of my summer polishing it, but I think I can do better. That is why I'm going to release an Alpha 1.5. I'm aiming to release this update to the demo during early 2024. Then I will begin to work on the beta. The beta will be a feature-complete version of the game with very lacking content. As such, it will take some time to make. That said, I believe that most of the technical problems are behind me, so I think that I might get the beta out during the second half of 2024. I aim to release the full game in 2025, but the further away a prediction, the less precise it will be, so take that with a pinch of salt. If you want to follow the development more closely, you can catch me live on Twitch as I work on the game. I try to stream 3 to 4 times a week, focusing on the weekends. You are more than welcome to drop in and ask questions about the game, the demo and the development. As for feedback on the game, I would prefer if you give it to me in writing, either on the Steam page or in my Discord. I check the Discord almost daily, whereas I only check the Steam discussions on occasion because they are very quiet. If they become more lively, I will start checking more often. As for future episodes of this series, there will probably be 2 main categories of installments. Category 1 will be videos that provide instruction and tips on how to play the demo. These will likely start popping up very soon. There is a manual for the game, but I know that this is not something most contemporary gamers enjoy to read. The full game will contain a tutorial and how-to pages, but for now, this is what I will provide. The category 2 are videos that document the development of the game. These will probably turn up at a slower pace and more rarely, but I will try to make one every time there is some significant update to report. Expect the videos to be quite low effort, as I don't want to spend too much of my time on them. I want my main focus to be development. That is all for this time. You will find links to the game's Steam page, my Twitch channel and my Discord server in the About section of this video. If any of the links don't work, please tell me so. Especially the link to the Discord might change every now and then, so just come by the Twitch channel to get a fresh one. With that, I bid you all good day.